Welcome back to Biblical Questions Answered, precept upon precept, the disciples, more names, and the end of chapter 1. John 1, 35 through 42. The next day, John was standing with two of his disciples, and he looked at Jesus as he walked and said, "Behold, the Lamb of God." And the two disciples heard him speak, and they followed Jesus. And Jesus turned and saw them following, and said to them, "What are you seeking?" They said to him, "Rabbi," which translated means teacher, "where are you staying?" He said to them, "Come, and you will see." So they came and saw where he was staying, and they stayed with him that day. It was about the 10th hour. One of the two who heard John speak and followed him was Andrew, Simon Peter's brother. He first found his own brother Simon and said to him, "We have found the Messiah," which translated means Christ. He brought him to Jesus. Jesus looked at him and said, "You are Simon, the son of John. You should be called Cephas," which is translated Peter. Now, there isn't much to talk about here in terms of doctrine. A couple points. You can see John is translating terms, which is interesting, and informs that at least a portion of his audience wasn't fluid in the language that Jesus was speaking, be that Jewish or Aramaic. There is some debate on that front. Second point, John's disciples understood from what John the Baptist said that Jesus was the Messiah. Also, it appears that John, unlike the other Gospels, uses Roman time instead of Jewish time. I don't think that there's debate about that, but I will get back to it. I will get back to that. Now, there are new names. Which means I get to tell you what they mean. So, Andrew means manly or masculine. Simon means listening or hearing. And Peter, or Cephas, means rock. So Jesus changed the one who hears into a rock. It's interesting. Well, that would be it, but I'm impatient and I want to finish chapter 1, so that is what I've decided to do. The next couple verses are 43 through 51. The next day, he decided to go to Galilee, and he found Philip. And Jesus said to him, "Follow me." Now Philip was from Bethsaida, the city of Andrew and Peter. Philip found Nathanael and said to him, "We have found him of whom Moses wrote, and the law and the prophets also wrote, Jesus the son of Joseph, from Nazareth." Nathanael said to him, "Can anything good be from Nazareth?" Philip said to him, "Come and see." Jesus saw Nathanael coming to him and said to him, "Here is truly an Israelite in whom there is no deceit." Nathanael said to him, "How do you know me?" Jesus answered and said to him, "Before Philip called you, when you were under the fig tree, I saw you." Nathanael answered him, "Rabbi, you are the Son of God. You are the King of Israel." Jesus answered and said to him, "Because I said to you that I saw you under the fig tree, do you believe? You will see greater things than these." And he said to him, "Truly, truly, I say to you, you will see the heaven open and the angels of God ascending and descending on the Son of Man." So, things we can know from this passage. While I discussed it in a previous video, we can see that Moses wrote of the Messiah, as well as the prophets. So it wasn't just the prophets, it was Moses. So if someone doesn't see Jesus in the first 5 books, they might want to look a little harder. We can also know that Nazareth was looked down on. I mean, can anything good come from Nazareth? Well, I guess we know the answer to that one. Also, something to point out is "come and see." That phrase happens quite a few times in these two passages, and it's interesting, and I'm not too sure what to make of it. Something else to get back to, I suppose. Now, Jesus says there is no deceit in Nathanael. Why does he say this? I don't know. Right? Does it mean that Nathanael was completely honest? Maybe. That could be what it is, but again, what kind of man has no deceit in him? Like, none at all. That's a very special person. Possible. I don't know And I don't know, right? I don't know what that means. So Jesus saw him under the fig tree. How is Jesus seeing him under the fig tree enough to convince Nathanael that he's the Messiah and the Son of God? It could be a number of things, right? This could be Nathanael could have been doing something under the fig tree, maybe something that was dishonest and worried that someone saw him. It's an option, and it would tie back a little bit to Jesus' first statement. Another option is he was praying under the fig tree, or he could have been asleep under the fig tree and dreamed of God, or maybe a fig tree was in his dreams. That's pushing, or it could simply be that Nathanael was shocked that Jesus could know where he was without being in the area. There's not a lot. There's not really a whole lot clear here. I'm not sure what's up with it. Also, the Son of Man can be is most obviously a reference to Daniel's vision of a more than human figure. That they saw the likeness of the Son of Man coming on the clouds of heaven to the Ancient of Days. It's a very bad paraphrase. More names. Bethsaida, very, very simple, means house of fishing. It's kind of nice. And a good place to get fishers of men, I suppose. Galilee means a circle or a circuit or a turning. I'm not too sure how that name came to be. I don't know. Philip means fond of horses, or, someone who loves horses. Nathanael, God has given, or gift of God. It's a really nice name. Should be more common, honestly. That is a very, very nice name. Nazareth means a shoot or sprout. There are a couple words that it could be coming from. It can mean to guard or keep, or you got another word, it's Nazir, which is where we get Nazarite, right? It could mean to consecrate oneself, like a Nazarite would. I don't know. They are technically two different words, and Nazareth, the shoot or sprout, does work with the prophecy, the shoot of Jesse. Talking about Nazareth, that does work. But that is it. The next video will be a review of chapter 1, where I will go through all of the things that we can know from the first chapter, which I believe I will be including a few extra points in the video that I didn't cover in the other videos, because I've had time to think more and I've come up with more things. So, fare thee well, God bless, and see you next time.